Hello and welcome to Six Monkey Martial Arts. My name is Seafood Barber, and today we're going to go over Stone Monkey. Okay, so there's three main parts to Stone Monkey that we're going to cover in this video. The first part is understanding the power that is behind Stone Monkey. Stone Monkey has an alpha mindset. That being said, it's the most powerful external style of Tai Chi Pet Kar, right? So it's more about the external power, the muscular power, but it has a lot to do with the harmonies that we've talked about in previous videos. So that's the first part. Second part is learning how to root with your strike. Okay, so it's not just about physical power, right? Being muscular, right? Trying to use a lot of muscular or Li energy. It's more about the Fa Jing energy, which is a mix of internal and external power. And then lastly, we're going to go over the trapping hands. So make sure you watch all the way to the end so you can see the specialty hands, which is trapping hands, which is an amazing technique. Very, 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 very applicable for any sparring, street fighting, tournaments, whatever you want to do. It works very well. I've used it myself many times. All right, let's begin. Okay, so let's begin with the Stone Monkey mindset. It's an alpha mindset. It's the leader of the troop, leader of the pack, right? That's the Stone Monkey's way. There's no defense in this style. It's all offense. It's all very hard conditioning of the body. And because of that alpha mindset, you have to kind of take yourself through this, I don't say extreme, but this higher level of conditioning the hands, conditioning the forearms, conditioning the shins, doing the 3-star conditioning drill, 3, 5, 7-star conditioning drill, doing the iron shirt conditioning drill, doing the shin conditioning drill. All this is so when you strike, right, when you're working on your power strikes, that you're not hurting yourself, right? You're blowing through your opponent's defenses. Anything that the Stone Monkey sees, the Stone Monkey breaks. So if someone has their guard up, I'm punching their guard as well as trying to punch them. You don't always try to be a headhunter, right? In Tai Chi, we don't always like to go head to head, but Stone Monkey does tend to have a little bit more of that mindset where I want to go head to head with everyone that I meet, right? So I want to have their guard up. I'm punching through their guard, striking all the way through, breaking down their guard. If it's in front of me and I can hit it, I'm going to try and break it. It has a unique principle called bridge destruction, which if you want to learn more about that, you can check out our courses. Another key part of the Stone Monkey alpha mindset is kind of thinking that you're protecting someone, right? So whether it be a family member, friend, whomever, right? That you're protecting that person, that you're overcoming whatever obstacle is in front of you to protect that person. It's a huge part of having that alpha mindset, not just to be in charge, but also having the responsibility of protecting whoever's behind you, all right? So next up, we're gonna cover root striking. Okay, so the best way to practice on root striking is one, following the 3 harmonies that we've talked about in previous videos. Hand lands with foot, elbow and knee sync together, float together, hips and shoulders twist together, right? So those are called the 3 external harmonies. There's also 3 internal harmonies, and then there's the unity, making 7 total. So when you're down in this low monkey position, the best way you want to practice rooting your strike is falling into your strike. So what I mean by that is, if I'm back here and I'm gonna step with a punch, I want my hand and my foot to land at the same time, but I also want the weight of my body with that full power of me pushing off and landing into my strike. So if I'm here and I strike through, see how I root my knee? I'm putting everything I have into this one strike so I can deliver as much power to my opponent as possible, but also so when they counter, I can stand my ground without being any type of wobbly or losing my bounce. So if I'm down here in this low monkey stance, right, I want to strike, I can land with the same knee as the same hand, or I can go same foot as same hand, right? Either way works, but the biggest point is getting that foot and that hand to land together at the same time. Now, Stone Monkey, a lot of people think that you have to be very muscular to do this type of martial art, and that's not necessarily true. There's a lot of proper mechanics that's going to help you develop power. Yes, physical power is important. Yes, internal power is important, but never underestimate the amount of mechanical power that you have. And it doesn't matter what strike you're doing. You could be doing a gua choi, a hammer fist technique, right? I can step powering all the way through, rooting, dropping my weight into it, right? Having all those harmonies. So my hand and foot landed together, my elbow and my knee went down together, my hip and my shoulder twisted, landing all the way through, delivering as much power as I possibly can into that strike. And that's a very basic way of going over root striking. Okay, so the last part of Stone Monkey, probably the bread and butter of Stone Monkey, is the specialty hands called trapping hands. Trapping hands isn't necessarily anything unique to Stone Monkey, but the way we use it is. So trapping hands is exactly as it sounds, trapping down your opponent's guard so you can come up through with a strike. Well, it doesn't matter what kind of strike, it's any opening that you can make and create, you're gonna strike through that opening. But how do we get into that optimal area so we can strike through? So a basic way to do this is imagine just taking whatever side your lead hand is, going to their lead side. So if you're my opponent, you're gonna trap my lead hand because you want to be able to come up and through. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do the trapping hands. So if I wanted to come up and come through with a chung choi, right, striking all the way up and through using my rear leg, again following those harmonies, but really being explosive with my power, right? I'm pushing his hand down, striking up and through, and then I'm gonna change, right? I'm not gonna just sit there and try and do one side strikes. I wanna always switch up and through, always switching my trapping hand and my striking hand. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to temporarily trap someone's hand and then follow up with a counter. So I could trap here, come up with a back fist, and then start powering through with my other strikes, right? Remember, Stone Monkey is not really so much a defensive style as much as it is a heavy offense. So if I'm here, I'll trap, chung choi, trap, chung choi, trap, gua choi, trap, jing choi, trap, gao choi, right? You have a lot of different angles that you can hit, and that's what makes Stone Monkey unique in the way that it uses trapping hands, is all these little angles, never going straight head on with an opponent. Even though I want to be aggressive and use my force, I also want to make sure that I'm safe, right? Trapping, cutting to the side. As soon as they use their other hand to try and strike, cover, block that hand, go to the next side. It's a really cool way to do trapping hands. If you want to learn more, check out our website. Okay, so to kind of summarize everything that we've gone over here for Stone Monkey, we have the alpha mindset, that overwhelming offense, protecting whoever's behind us. We have the rooting with your strike, using those harmonies, putting our weight into every strike, and making sure that we're always stable on our feet. This comes with time, learning how to grab the ground, and a lot of other cool things that we teach in our courses. And lastly, we learned a little bit about trapping hands. Trapping hands goes even further into bridge destruction and other really cool techniques, especially all the conditioning that we teach is very rare because we teach it practically, and how to make sure that you're not injuring yourself, right? There's no point. I've seen plenty of videos where people are doing a 3-star drill and one of them has their whole arm black and blue. That's improper training, that's ignorant, right? There's no point in injuring yourself. Yes, you're gonna get some bruises, but you shouldn't be bruised up to the whole point to where you can't even move or that you're in extreme pain. Pain comes naturally in Kung Fu. Kung Fu means accomplishment through hard work. So that is something you have to kind of overcome, but there is a certain limit on what you have to do, right? I'm all for hard style training, but also be responsible. Don't be stupid, right? Train properly. That's pretty much it here. Thank you for watching. Please like, join, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next lesson. Thank you.